So we're going to deal with Locrian bass modes, in this case Locrian sharp 6. I prefer to call it Locrian sharp 6. Sometimes it's referred to as natural 6, but to me the 6 degrees raised, so it just makes more sense to call it Locrian sharp 6. So it's a very, well, first of all, don't look for any chord progressions that are actually going to work, that sound like they're fluid. You're never going to find them. Locrian sharp 6, a very unstable scale, and I actually prefer this over regular Locrian because of the disjunct. It's built off the harmonic minor scale, the second mode of harmonic minor, okay? There's regular Locrian, sharp 6. I like the disjunctness of that augmented second, so with chords, you have a diminished based tonal center, an augmented 2, a minor 3, a major 4, a major 5, a diminished 6, a minor 7. So it's a very unstable chord setup. Thus, you're never really going to get any progressions that sound like they work, because a diminished chord really has no way to resolve to it, so just bear that in mind. And in most cases with scales like this, you're going to hear some kind of either pedal point or ostinato, just being pounded home, so your ear really thinks that's a root. Maybe some kind of ostinato, or maybe both pedal point and ostinato. These would be the most common ways. And I actually prefer ostinato kind of stuff in scales like this over minor scales. They're just more fun for me, anyway, for me personally. So how do we really determine whether this is not A minor? Well, as long as it doesn't go back to A minor like that and just hang around it. Let's say I do Locrian like this, Locrian sharp 6. Nothing to do with A minor now. Used it independent of it, so when your ear either hears the home plate or it's independent of it, that's when you know, and so it doesn't go to A minor, and you'll usually hear the tonal center. So the interesting thing is we have a half diminished and a fully diminished scale, chord we could form in here, so you could do little stuff like that. You could alternate between the two. Really simple things like that for ideas, for tense ideas. So we're going to think of these as just like polychords, like the one diminished over the two augmented, because it's just thinking of the upper extensions of that is kind of a nightmare. Very unsettling sound. So this is another reason I like this over regular Locrian, is because these kind of chords are even more unsettling. We could use a fully diminished 7th over the 7 chord. I'm not thinking in terms of upper extensions, that's just a nightmare to think of it like that, so very unsettling kind of chords. Here's another thing we could do. You could take a theme you have and somehow like kind of land on the Locrian sharp 6 root and restate it because it's in that key, and then leave. And I intentionally didn't go to A minor because I wanted that Locrian sharp 6 to be its own independent thing, and I'm going too far with this, so I'm going to stop there. So use it as a way to restate a theme that's normally in harmonic minor. So let's take these minor second areas and just form tonal clusters for effect. You can do stuff like that because there's a lot of minor seconds. Very unsettling. You could do these kind of octave effects, octave or unison effects, stuff like that. If I just form chords off the half steps, I could do stuff. Just create very unsettling music. Use that in action or tense music or whatever. So let's do this. Let's do an arpeggiation of these, something like this. You could use it directly with a piano for that kind of effect. It sounds very unsettling. So let's go over ways to break out. We could take this to augmented, add the 7th or the Locrian root, and realize that there's only one note difference between that and a C major 7th, so we could resolve out of Locrian sharp 6 by doing that. I keep saying just Locrian, I mean Locrian sharp 6, sorry. So let's break out. Okay, I'm going to stop. Tenseness to less tense. And ways to break out, common chords. So if I take the half diminished shape, which is like a D minor above, moving the B down to B flat gives you a B flat major 7th chord. So you could do something like that. Maybe with parallel chords like this. Resolve, escape, or resolve, whatever you want to say. Very unsettling tense, a little bit less unsettling. So using tenseness and then going to less tense is actually a very good method of creating an ah effect. It makes people breathe, sigh, a sense of sigh of relief, I guess. It's a good way to state it. So you could use it like that, and breaking free with common tones. So Locrian sharp 6, it could be a very unsettling scale used for action kind of music, tense music, scary music, whatever. So it's just a scale to add to your arsenal. I love to use all kinds of interesting scales like this because they're just fun to use. After a while, you do want to break away from. Me personally, I've wanted to break away from the major and minor system a long time ago. So these are some of the things I like to use. And I do like tonal music very much too. It's just I like all of it now, and even the very dissonant and unsettling stuff. I love it. So in the next one, we'll cover a piece that I was doing that uses this in its entirety. So, all right, take care.